Oh! Jesus. Look at that fish. Look at. Alright, we'll do this one right quick. That's not cool. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Wham Fishing. We're out here again. Nice, sunny, warm day. Still have the sweatshirt on, so it's not quite as warm as I want it to be. Today we're gonna be fishing some docks, things like that. I need to get used to skipping again. I got a couple tournaments coming up, and wink, wink, nod, nod. I'm gonna be throwing a jig on a couple of those. So just kind of come out here. It's a little pretty close to home, so I can come out here and just kind of fish a jig all day long and make sure all my equipment's dialed back in the way I need it to. And it's a beautiful day out here. I mean, we are gonna have some clouds coming in. You can see that line out there. We're gonna have some clouds coming in later in the day, but for right now, it's beautiful out. It is sunny. It's not too windy. Fish are gonna be biting. Should be biting. It seems like there's another tournament or something going on out here. There's like 6 or 7 boats out here, so I don't know if that's gonna affect the fishing. Shouldn't really. I mean, it's not a big lake, but it shouldn't affect the fishing too much. Other than that, let's get after them, guys. All right, so we're skipping school here. Just there we go. A little bit farther up underneath those docks than I thought. It's one of two things. He's either a little bit farther up under there, or the easy fish have been picked off. Fish. Come here. Gotcha. There we go. So I fished the stairs. And I fished up under that walkway, and I didn't get bit. But throw it a little bit farther up under there and got bit. So I'm probably the outside fish have been picked off already, because there is a tournament going on out here. But we'll keep rolling. Okay, all right. So that last dock I fished, I was bouncing it through there and bouncing it, and I finally reeled it out, and the fish came swimming out with it. So I think that first fish I may have dropped it right in his face. Because of this one, I had to throw it up under there and then just slow drag it with a little bit of occasional bounce here and there. So that might be what I need to be doing. May have been moving a little bit too fast. Because that last dock right there was about a 3 or 4 pounder that followed my jig out, and I was sitting there bouncing it. Just kind of show y'all what I mean. Like, if I'm sitting there bouncing the jig, you know, making it bounce around and jump around a whole lot, I'm not getting bit. I'm not getting bit under these docks if I'm sitting there doing this number right here. How I'm getting bit, if you can skip it, is just throw it up onto there, let it hit the bottom, and just slowly drag it out with the occasional little twitch every now and then, just enough to get the line to jump. So if I can get the line to jump, that means that all that skirt is going to sit there and twitch. And, you know, leave it under there for 5. Oh. Leave it on there for 5 or 10 seconds, and most of the time it gets bit. Okay. Yep, that's exactly what it is. Throw it up under there and don't move it. Throw it up under there, don't move it, and let the fish do the rest. So with these docks, even though there's a lot of casts to be made, like right this time of year, you know, these fish are just pulling up onto these docks from deep water. Obviously there's big schools of them out deep, and the fish are trickling in. They're not going to be, you know, all over the docks. The fish are going to be out on the ends. They're either going to be out towards the end part of it or under the darkest part of the dock. So they're not really, once the water gets a little warmer, they might be pushing up to the where the walkways and things. But even though I'm fishing this thing really slow, you know, I'm just barely crawling this thing on the bottom, you can still fish fairly quickly because you make 1 or 2 casts and then go to the next one. And I mean, I'm still catching fish on about every third dock. I'm still catching a fish, even though a ton of people fish through here, because I'm just fishing slow, but I'm fishing fast. I'm fishing high priority spots slowly. So you can cover a lot of water out here while still finesse fishing, more or less. God, you saw how slow I was working that thing up under there? Just barely moving it. Just barely bouncing it. And then it just goes thunk and starts cruising off. Like, I feel like these docks have been fished quite a bit today, so although I'm using a mop jig, I'm fishing it in a finesse style. I'm using a giant jig, but I'm using it slowly, you know. Really the way that jig is supposed to be fished is to just let all that living rubber kind of do its thing. You know, it really doesn't take much. But you kind of let it sit down there and let that living rubber just kind of do its thing and sit there and move with every little twitch or wave or anything. You have to sit there and work it so slow. But they're up there. If you can sit there and work that jig slow enough, they are up there. Oh yeah. If you can stand, all right. If you can stand to work it slow enough. All right, y'all. What's the guess? What are we guessing on length? I'm gonna say 19 3/4. This one's a little on the longer side. 19 3/4. What are we thinking? Survey says, oh, so close. 19 and a half. Close mouth. If you smush him on there, he's 19. 19 and a quarter, 19 and a half. I'll say he's 5 because he's kind of fat. Let's see what we got on weight. He said 19 1/4, but he's fat. Good for 436. Not quite 4 1/2, but good fish. There he is. All right. Came out here to a grass patch. It's just up shallow. It's getting a little crazy. Like, there's just a lot of stuff going on up shallow. People lined up down the bank. So decided to pop out here and see if there's any fish still out deep. And looky there, friends. Looky there. Like, there was one boat in front of me that was taking forever to go anywhere, and there's another boat coming up behind me, and I was stuck in the middle. And just like, I'm not gonna sit there and fish right behind somebody, like one dock behind somebody all day long. So I had to pop out here for a little bit. Well, you weren't going anywhere. So I'd pop out here and see what all is going on. Plus, with that cloud cover, this fish are gonna scatter a little bit more. And there we go. Pretty fish. Pretty fish. I'm getting bit so much. I'm just getting bite after bite. There he is. Oh yeah. There we go. That's a good fish. I only got some weight to him. Let's see, what have we got? What have we got? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. They can have all those little fish up shallow. They can have all the little fish they want up shallow. We're gonna sit out here today, folks. We're gonna sit out here and catch the 4 and 5 pounders. Every hook. Every hook. All right, I'm gonna grab this phone call. Had to do it. Had to throw the shaky head at least once. Had to throw it. Just because I know there's a big school there. Oh man, you are white. You're almost gray. What in the world? That fish is gray. What is this? Seen a gray largemouth? I know they get kind of white whenever they're out there in muddy water and stuff, but that fish is gray. All right, back you go. go on, that's a good one. That feels like a good fish. Those old rattle trap fish too. Let's see, what do we got? What do we got? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. He got it under his chin though. Threw the jerkbait quite a bit, and I think once this wind picked up, they kind of turned off the jerkbait. Either that, or I'd caught a handful of them off the jerkbait, and they're kind of getting wise to it. So changed up the old rattling bait, and survey says, hooks in my hand. Survey says. Fish. Got on the bottom of his. How in the world did you get it down there? I mean, look at the belly on that thing. But how did you get it on the bottom of your mouth? I almost thought it was hung there for a second. The bellies on these things. The bellies on them. Getting ready to go up there and spawn. And we're gonna get going with the wind. Let's get going with the wind, so we're not blowing y'all's eardrums out with it. So overall, awesome day. I say it a lot, but awesome day out here. I caught a lot of fish on docks, caught a lot of fish offshore. I think I dialed them in pretty well out here. I didn't catch any giants. Like 4.3 was the biggest one. I caught another one that was about 4 pounds, and a lot of 2s and 3s. But being able to figure out the jig bite on the docks when, you know, there's 7 or 8 other boats out here, and this is kind of a small lake, so people are, you know, I'm fishing behind 2 or 3 people going down dock, still catching fish. That means doing something right. And I mean, on that, just even though it's cold, even though it's starting to warm up, the water is still cold. Not a lot of things in the fish's world are moving very quickly right now, so just kind of pay attention to that. I had one of those fish followed my jig out, because I threw it up under there, it was bouncing it, and then I reeled it out, and that fish followed it out, which told me that I was moving it too fast for him. They didn't have time to swim over and get it. So I started slowing down quite a bit and started picking up fish, and I think that's what ended up catching all the fish on the docks. And then out deep, there's a couple grass patches that are still alive out in the middle of the lake. Those fish are staged on, and got out there again, stuck with the jerk bait a lot more than I normally would have. I did switch up the rattle trap at the end, but stuck with the jerk bait for a good portion of it, and ended up catching quite a few fish doing that. Did mess around with like Shaky Head and Nico and stuff like that, and caught some doing that. But overall, awesome. Next, I don't know where the next video is going to be. Might be Harris, might be Murray, might be bounce around, kind of see what the weather does and see where I can go. But thanks for watching us. I'll see y'all next time.